But in this one, the content for this unit 11 is very easy, to be honest. What are we going to see in this unit? Okay, in the unit 11, objectives and sequence. We have reading, we have speaking, use of English, writing, grammar, and listening. And the grammar is very simple because we are going to be working with modal verbs. Okay, so we're not gonna work like with the present, with the past, with the future. It's like modal verbs, and it's very easy. So it means this course, this month is going to be light. It's going to be relaxed, and because the content is not very hard. Okay, let's go and start then. Do you have access to the unit 11? Can you tell me, please? You should have. So we are going to go to the unit 11.1. Cindy and Paul, please. Yes, you do have access because here it says last Marta Never. Okay, so please go to that 11.1, Cindy and Paul. That will be the first part.
Sí, sí tengo acceso.
Ajá. So are you here already? ¿Ya están aquí? Cindy and Paul, 11.1.
No, espera. Tuve un problemita con esto.
Me acordé mucho de ustedes la semana pasada, sobre todo cuando me comentaste, Marta, de, ay, hacemos el examen, te ves muy mal. Sí.
¿Cómo seguiste? Es cierto, ¿cómo estás?
No, ya estoy bien, pero sí, me acordé mucho de ustedes porque tenía un resfriado, a mí me pega muy fuerte. Entonces, sí me llegué a preocupar porque dije a la torre, y si no es resfriado y ahorita
Quiero
no.
preguntar, ¿no fue virus? ¿No fue?
No, solo fue un resfriado, se me pasó estos días. Pero me acordé mucho de ustedes porque sufrí mucho esos días, la verdad. Y dije a la torre, o sea, cuando ya es el virus, ay no, qué feo ha de ser. Dije, espero y nunca me dé, a mí no me ha dado, entonces,
Qué bueno.
y no me dé la verdad, porque.
Fíjate que a nosotros no nos da respiratorio.
mm,
Nunca hemos tenido problemas respiratorios cuando nos da virus.
Pues qué bueno. No,
Sí.
yo sí le sufrí mucho porque aparte de que a mí en estas temporadas me da mucha alergia, yo pensaba al principio que era alergia, pero luego ya no, ya me empecé a sentir mal, o sea, así del cuerpo cortado y así dije, no, no es alergia. Y ya, entonces sí batallo mucho porque se me junta a veces también la alergia con, con las gripas y eso, y hoy no, pero bueno.
Pero ya te ves mejor.
Sí, no, ya estoy bien, la verdad. Okay, bueno, continuamos. It says in here, this lesson is intended to be used as a review of grammar, can, and could. So it means that we are going to be working first with can and could, but now we're gonna have a preview. It says, click the exercise link to continue. This exercise has been shared with you, so please open it and tell me when you are here.
Listo.
Okay, so it says, read about Cindy. Okay, it's a very short paragraph. Who wants to read it? Marta or Edgar?
My name is Cindy and I am a singer. I can sing and play the guitar, but I can't play the piano. I could play the violin when I was young, but now I don't practice, so I am not very good. I can't drive a car, so I take my guitar on the bus or take a taxi when I am working. My brother helped me learn the guitar. I can't play with him anymore because he moved to a different city.
Ah, very good, thank you. Okay, so here we have, I can sing, but I can't play the piano. I could play the violin. I can drive a car. And I can't play with him. Okay, so when we have can in this paragraph, it means that this person has the ability to do these things. And when it says could, it refers to something that was able to do in the past, not anymore in the present. And when it says can't, it means that it is something that she is not able to do. She doesn't have the ability to do it. Okay, now it says in here, answer the questions about Cindy. What is Cindy's job? Is she good at playing the violin? Does Cindy travel by car, bus, or taxi? Does Cindy practice the guitar with her brother now? And then it says in here, choose the correct verb for each phrase. This is taken from the paragraph we read. So we are going to select the correct verb for the phrases, which means like can, can't, or could. Can't, affirmative, can't, negative, or could, referring to the past. Okay? So I'm going to ask you to answer the part of Cindy, okay? Part 2 and part 3 of Cindy. When you are ready with that, tell me and we are going to discuss your answers, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Listo.
Excellent. Edgar, ready?
Creo que sí.
Okay, good. Now let's go and see the answers. Tell me, Marta, what is Cindy's job?
She is a singer.
She's a singer. Very good. Okay. Edgar, is she good at playing the violin?
Eh, Le había puesto no, no she isn't, pero decía, me acordé que es cold.
No,
No.
she isn't. No, we first need to answer the question, and the question is she good? So then no, she isn't. Good. Now
Yeah, okay.
you can complement the answer, telling me what you were thinking. So
Okay.
what do you have, Marta, in this one?
No, she isn't.
No, she isn't. If we go to the reading, it says, I could play the violin when I was young, but now I don't practice, so I'm not very good. Okay, so is she good? No, she isn't. She could, we can complement it, right? She could play the violin, but now I mean, it will be a very long answer, but it's up to you. But she doesn't practice, but now, sorry, she doesn't practice, and she is not very good, for example. Or we could just say, she's not very good, just like that. Or no, she isn't, and we are answering the question, right? So it's up to you. Number 3 says, Marta, does Cindy travel by car, bus, or taxi?
Cindy travels by bus or taxi.
Very good. Okay. Edgar, does Cindy practice the guitar with her brother now?
She don't practice the guitar.
She doesn't.
Don't.
She doesn't practice the guitar with her brother. Okay. Do you have the same, Marta?
No, you puse no, she doesn't. No.
Ah, okay. But well, it is the same answer, right? Like it's negative. Okay, now it says in here, choose the verb tense for each phrase. And we have in here some sentences about Cindy. So Edgar, Cindy sing. Can, can't, or could sing?
Cindy can sing.
Can sing. Marta, she?
She can't play guitar with her brother. No.
Very good, she can't. Edgar, she drive a car.
She can't drive a car.
Very good. Marta, letter D?
Can. She can play guitar.
She can play guitar, very good. Edgar, letter E?
Cindy could play the violin.
Could play the violin, okay? Letter F, Marta?
Can't.
Can't play the piano. Very good. Now we're gonna go and read about Paul. So Marta read about Cindy. Now Edgar, you are going to read about Paul, please.
Paul is from France and speak French. He can also speak English. Paul moved to Canada from France five years ago to work at a famous restaurant in Vancouver. He is a cook. He is a cook very well. When he moved to Vancouver, he couldn't speak English. Now he speaks English very well and has a lot of friends. Paul can't see his family in French because he is a busy with work. Busy with work, but he is going to try to take an holiday next year to see them.
Very good. Okay, now let's see the things Paul can do. It says in here, he can cook very well. What else? And that's it. And now in can, oh, he can also speak English. He can speak English. And count. Do you see one of count?
Count.
Paul can't see his family.
Paul can see his family, because they are in France, right? And couldn't, we have one of couldn't. It says he couldn't speak English. Now he speaks English very well. Okay, by the way, talking about this, ¿sabían que US, o bueno, no sé si todavía, tiene un programa para estudiar inglés en Vancouver, Canadá?
Sí, yo fui en el 2009.
Ah, ¿en serio? Ah, pues este programa de hecho es de la escuela de Canadá. Y la verdad está muy, muy padre. A mí también me tocó ir y sí es una experiencia muy padre. ¿Nada más fuiste tú, Marta?
A Canadá sí, a Vancouver sí. Como 3 años después fuimos a Spokane, en Washington, y ahí sí fuimos como 4 maestros.
Ay, qué padre.
O 5 maestros, sí, muy padre.
Qué padre.
Sí.
Bueno, siguiendo. Answer the questions about Paul. Here I have the same dynamic as Cindy. Letter A, why did Paul move to Canada? Did Paul learn English in France or in Canada? Where does Paul want to go next year? And then it says, complete the sentences about Paul with can, can't, could, or couldn't. Okay, so this is shorter. Please complete it and tell me when you are ready.
Listo.
Okay, Edgar, ready? Okay.
Me falta la segunda parte, voy dejando la primera, pero si quieren.
Okay, so tell me, Marta, number 1, why did Paul move to Canada?
He moved to Canada to work at a famous restaurant.
Okay, very good. Okay, Edgar, did Paul learn English in France or in Canada?
Paul learned English in Canada.
And Marta, where does Paul want to go next year?
He wanted to go to France.
France. He wants to go to France. Okay, next. It says, complete the sentences about Paul with can, could, or couldn't. Edgar, it says, Paul speak English 5 years ago. So if he learned to speak English in Canada, it means that he what? Paul what?
Cold? No?
Could. Let's go and read again. It says in here, Paul is from France and speaks French. He can also speak English. Paul moved to Canada, France 5 years ago to work at a famous restaurant. When he moved to Vancouver, he couldn't speak English. So the answer is
Cold.
couldn't. Marta, he speak English and French.
Can.
He can, okay? And Edgar again. He go to France because he's so busy with work. So?
Okay.
Can't. He can't go to France because he's so busy. Now it says in here, very good. What is the difference between can and could?
Can is in present tense and could is past tense.
Very good. Okay, good job. Now let's go and practice with the grammar of this model verb. And it says can and could. This is the 11-1, can and could. And here we have a little conversation between Mike and James. And it says, Mike, can you speak Spanish? No, I can't. James, can you? No, I can't, but I want to learn. Oh yeah, me too. Okay, so here we have it in a question. When we are using it in an interrogative way, we start with the modal verb can in this case. Can you speak Spanish? And to answer, if it is a yes, it will be yes, I can, but in this case it's a no, so it will be no, I can't. Can you? No, I can't is the other answer. Okay, how am I going to use can or could, like the structure? Okay, it's can or could plus the base form of the verb. For example, she can speak Spanish. Zach couldn't understand the movie. I can help her. So in blue, I have the modal verb can or could, and in green, I have the base form of the verbs. Positive sentences. Subject plus can or could, and the base form of the verb in this case is play. I can play soccer well. She could play soccer well. The good part of the modal verbs is that it is the same structure for every single subject. I don't have to modify or change anything depending on the subject. No, because it is the same for every subject I have. So it is just the modal verb, in this case, can or could, plus the base form of the verb, in this case, play. Negative sentences. It is basically the same, but I have to make it negative. So the complete form of can in negative, it is cannot. And the negative in the abbreviation, the short form of cannot is can't. The complete form of could in negative is could not. And the abbreviation of it is couldn't. So can't and couldn't are more common to use than cannot and could not. But they are exactly the same. So basically, if you decide to use cannot or could not, It is the same as if you use can't or couldn't. Probably it also depends on the situation, right? If you are if you're writing an email or an article or something important, probably it is better to use the complete form, such as cannot or could not. But if you're just like speaking or having a random conversation with a friend or something, it is way more common, casual, and better probably to use the short form of them, can't and couldn't. But at the end, they are the same, and I just need the modal verb in negative plus the base form of the verb. I can't play soccer well. She couldn't play soccer well. Now, yes, no questions. I'm going to start with the modal verb, in this case, can or could, subject, and the base form of the verb. Can you play soccer well? Could you play soccer well? And the answers will be yes or no, plus the subject and the affirmative or negative form of can. Yes, I can. No, I can't. Yes, I could. No, I couldn't. Now, for the WH questions. For example, what sports can you play? What sports could you play? Okay, in this case, I just have what, but of course that it could be where, how, when, etc. Right? Now let's talk about the use of can or could. We studied will. Will is a modal verb. Can and could are also modal verbs. Examples of will for you to compare them with can or could. She will play the piano. Negative, she won't play the piano. Question, will she play the piano? And the answer, yes, she will. Now with can and could. She can play the piano. She can't play the piano. Can she play the piano? And the answer, yes, she can, or no. With could, she could play the piano. She couldn't play the piano. Could she play the piano? She couldn't play the piano. Okay, questions about this? No? Edgar?
No termino de entender el could
Could is in past.
en paz, nomás.
We can also use could in present, but in a more polite or formal way. El could se puede utilizar también en el presente. Por lo general, cuando yo utilizo el could para hablar de habilidades. Cuando hablo de habilidades con could, estoy hablando del pasado. Por ejemplo, I could play the violin when I was little. Que estoy diciendo, cuando uso el could, es algo que podía hacer, pero ya no. O cuando uso el couldn't, pues es igual, algo que no podía hacer. Y ahora tal vez ya lo puedo hacer o simplemente estoy siendo específica, ¿no? A lo mejor todavía tampoco lo puedo hacer, pero estoy hablando en un momento del pasado. Cuando uso el could para referirme al presente también, ya no lo estoy usando como habilidad, porque aquí yo estoy usando tanto el can como el could como habilidad. El could también se puede utilizar en el presente, pero ya no como habilidad, bueno, o sea, sí, pero no tanto en el enfoque de cosas que tú podías hacer, sino como por ejemplo, could you pass me the salt? Could you open the window? Could I go with you? No estoy hablando ahí del pasado, estoy hablando del presente, pero es una manera muy, no tanto formal, sino como que muy polite, muy cortés, muy, pues sí, muy formal, de pedir las cosas, de puedo ir contigo, me puedes pasar esto, could I go with you? Could I talk to your mother? Es un podría, por así decirlo, ¿no? El could. Pero aquí lo estoy viendo y me estoy enfocando con el could en pasado. Probablemente ya después veamos el could en su versión del presente. ¿Ok? Entonces, aquí, tal cual como lo estamos viendo, could, the difference between can and could is that can is in the present and could is in the past. Okay?
Okay.
Now, we can use can to talk about our abilities. For example, Peter is from China. He can speak Chinese. He can't speak French. I am having a party tomorrow night. Jim can come, but Lola can't. And we use could to talk about past abilities. For example, last night I couldn't do my homework. Could you sleep well last night? I couldn't. Now, clear till here, can for the present, could for the past. Can't, negative in the present, couldn't, negative in the past. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, let's go and practice then. Can and could exercise 11.1 shared. Now, if we open it, it says in here, write sentences with can or cannot or can't about yourself with the words below. It says speak Japanese. I can speak Japanese. I can't speak Japanese. So you are going to write them according to your abilities using can or can't, okay? So this is for the first part. The first part is going to be answered with can or can't according to your abilities. Is it clear?
Okay.
Okay, when you're ready, tell me, please.
Listo. La primera nomás.
The first part. Marta, ready
First.
too? Yes? Okay. Draw. Marta, what do you have?
El micrófono.
I can't to draw.
You can't draw? Okay. Remember, it is just can't or can't and the verb. I can draw. Okay. Edgar, dance.
I can dance.
Can dance.
Little.
Marta, play guitar.
I can't play guitar.
Okay. Edgar, letter D, play football.
I can't play football.
Can't?
Can't. They can't.
I can't play football, okay? Marta, lend someone money.
I can't lend someone money.
Okay. Edgar, drive a bus.
I can't drive a bus.
Can?
Can't.
Okay. Okay, next part says, make yes, no questions with can or could. So here we have the answers. For example, the first one, it says he can. So then the question is going to be with can. I'm going to structure the question starting with the modal verb, then the subject, and then the verb. Okay, for example, can he speak German? Yes, he can. Here I have play soccer. And the answer says, yes, they can. So it means that the question is going to be with can. I'm going to start with can, followed by the subject. Who is the subject in this sentence? How am I gonna know? I'm gonna find it in the answer. So tell me, what is the subject in this sentence?
They.
Letter they, it's they, right? Letter A, sorry. Can they, and now the verb. What is the verb?
Drive.
Play and the complement. Can they play soccer? And the answer, yes, they can. Okay, please finish this part, number 2, and tell me when you are done. So we are going to share and check your answers.
Listo. Right.
Okay, ready, Marta? Yes. Okay, let's go with letter B. Edgar, please.
Could they drive? Yes, they could.
Very good. Could they drive? Marta, letter C.
Could he cook?
Very good. Edgar, letter D.
Can she do her laundry at school?
Hmm. Marta, letter E.
Can they do yoga?
Mhm. Edgar, letter F.
Could you learn Germany in your school?
Very good. Edgar, letter G.
Can she speak Chinese?
Okay. Letter H, Marta.
Could you take a picture with your cell phone?
Mhm. Could you take? And the last one, Edgar, read an English
You-
newspaper.
Can you read an English newspaper?
Very good. Okay. Now it says, put the words in order to make questions. We keep practicing the questions, and here we have every single element we need. For example, where can I borrow money? Okay, I already, this is for WH questions with the modal verb. So, well, not all of them, mentiras, ya vi que no todas. Okay, algunas. So we are going to make questions. Questions with WH and just yes, no questions with can or could, okay? What do you have to do? You just have to place them in order, the correct structure to make them interrogative. Okay, basically the same as you did in the last exercise, but now it's just reorder. Tell me when you are ready, please.
Listo.
Okay. Marta, ready?
Sí.
Okay, Edgar. Let's go with letter A. What do you have in letter A?
Little qué?
A.
8. What can we for dinner?
What can what?
We for dinner.
And the verb. Ah, falta el verbo, ¿verdad?
Make. Sí.
Make. What
What
can
can we make for the dinner?
for dinner? What can we make for dinner? Marta, letter B.
Could you go to bed early?
Edgar, letter C.
Where can they play soccer?
Okay. Letter D, Marta.
Could you talk to the teacher yesterday?
Okay, very good. Edgar, letter E.
Where can we meet?
Where can we meet? Very good. Where can we meet? Marta, letter F.
How can we do our homework?
Or homework. Very good. Letter G, Edgar.
Where can he take a shower?
Very good. Letter H, Marta.
Could he study in the library last night?
Letter I, Edgar.
How can I get a job?
Okay, and Marta, letter J, please.
How can I make an appointment?
How can I make an appointment? Very good. And the last one, Edgar, letter K.
Could she see her family last month?
Very good. Number 4, bueno, nos quedan 3 minutos. ¿Qué prefieren? ¿Terminar este de tarea ustedes solos? ¿O está muy cortito? ¿O lo terminan? Bueno, lo terminan, les doy las instrucciones y lo revisamos mañana, ya nada más lo termino. ¿Sale? It says complete the sentences with can't, could, can't, or couldn't, and one of the verbs in the table. Sería combinar, you need to combine can, could, can, or couldn't with one of these verbs depending on the context of the rest of the sentence that you have, okay? For example, the first one, he and he's scared of the water. So he can't swim and is scared of the water. Letter A says, I'm sorry, I took the party yesterday evening. I was so busy. So then it means that this person couldn't, because it's talking about the past. I'm sorry, I couldn't what? I couldn't to the party. So then I'm going to go and look for the verb that fits this context. I couldn't come. I couldn't come to the party. And like that is how you're going to answer. Is it clear?
Sí.
Yes. Okay, please finish it. And tomorrow we are going to check this exercise, the last exercise, the last part, when we start tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you guys for being here. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.